We're about to show you what the future of transport looks like right here in China. We have come to the world's largest electronics and tech market, which is the Huaqiangbei area in Shenzhen city in the very south of China. And who knows, this might not just be the future of transport here in China, but maybe also in the rest of the world. And this right here is where we're actually starting off today. Behind me, we can see the Futan wing section of the Huaqiangbei area. And in here, we have some of the most advanced cutting-edge aircraft technology known to man. Come on in and let me show you what we're talking about.
This is literally the future of China. We have a flying car.
That is crazy. Look at this. It is like a full flying car. I believe here they actually refer to it as a flying taxi. That is nuts. It literally looks like a huge drone that like a person could get inside. Yeah. It's got 4 big propellers on each corner of it, and it is so futuristic looking. Like, look at this. It's got the beautiful big Lamborghini style doors that are opening up here as well. Lovely like grey suede seats, and then inside you've also got like this beautiful slick dash. Wow, like look at that. I was actually doing a bit of research into these kind of modes of transport before coming here today, and there's 30 main companies here in China that are currently producing this type of flying vehicle. This is only one of them, and I do believe here in China this is going to be the future. And when I say future, I don't think it's going to be that overly far away. Whether the rest of the world is going to follow suit and adopt this, I do not know, but here in China I can see in the very short distance future, not too far away, this is going to just take over. The last time we were here in Shenzhen city, we actually went to a big public park very close to here, and we got a drone food delivery. It was the first time we had ever experienced that, and that totally fascinated us. It blew us away, and that's kind of what inspired us to come back here and to check out this mode of transport, because this is just the drone delivery on a whole other level. Absolutely fascinating. So let us know down in the comments below, would you get into this? Would you want to actually like take a flying taxi? Would you trust it? I think I would totally be game. I would love to get involved in that and actually give it a go. I reckon it would actually be pretty smooth. It looks quite safe, but you just don't know until you try it. The flying taxi, is it like, does it work or prototype? Like prototype?
Okay.
Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah.
It works?
Yes.
Wow. So I'm trying to figure out here a bit more information about it. So it actually works and flies, which is crazy. I thought it might have just been a prototype, but it's not. And 1.5 RBM? RMB? Wow. So it's 1.5 million RMB. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it'd be way more than that. That is not too bad at all. Wow, shit. 1.5 million RMB is, let me transfer that for you. No way. So 1.5 million RMB, which is the Chinese currency here, equivalents to £160,000 sterling for your own personal flying taxi. I personally think that's a bit of a bargain. Now, obviously I don't have that money. I'm not going to purchase it. I don't know how you would even try it. Let's figure out, do you need a license?
No, that's what I was thinking.
So,
the whole time Owen was talking there, my brain was going, what type of a license do you need to be able to like fly this? Do you need to be a pilot? Or do you just use your normal license? Or will in years to come, will we have like a separate license altogether for like flying vehicles?
She has a translator app. This is really handy. We've discovered this in a lot of places here in China. People actually have translator devices so they can communicate with other nationalities, which is super handy. You need a driver's license. And like, how do you get a license or training to drive this? It's interesting also, she said you need a driver's license, not a flying license.
I'm going to say it's a separate driving license then.
So I'm asking her, where can you actually do this? Where can you do your license to fly the taxi? Can you do it in China, only in China or in other countries?
This is not limited to where to push, and it uses electricity.
Oh, so it's electric. Oh, wow. So it's an electric powered flying vehicle. That's incredible. Wow. Okay, so you can fly anywhere as long as it's fully charged and you've got electricity. So
I wonder what is like, how long does it take to charge? How, like, what's the mileage on it? Like, how far can you go on it? That's actually insane. And like over here on the image, we've got a poster here. It says it's the X2. It's flying like way above all of the buildings. Personally, I don't know if I want to be flying away above all the buildings. I think I just want to hover above the road. I
totally do. I want to get up there. I want to fly away.
No.
I love flying the drone. It's like my favorite hobby, and I've always said to Aisling, someday I'm going to become the drone. I think this could give me that. Now, obviously, I'm a long way off 160 grand to like just, you know, throw it aside for a wee, you know, toy hobby, if you want to call it that.
In years to come, like you go for a helicopter ride.
Yeah, it's going to be this.
You could go for.
It's going to be this.
This will be like that luxury experience of
It
like
will.
you get to go in one of these.
It will.
It's a long time until people are just
It's a long
driving
way
these
off.
as
It's a
like
long
their
way
everyday car.
off. She doesn't know how long the battery actually lasts, but I do see there's another store just over here, and it's got something similar going on. So let's go see it. Ah, you got a robot dog.
That's so cool.
We've just got distracted here. This lovely wee kid's playing with her robot dog. Look at this. It's a remote control robot dog. Whoa! Oh, he's froze. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Hello. Hello. Bye-bye. I feel like a child needs a wee bit more training in terms of how to operate that dog. It was going a wee bit wild there. Wow, so this place we've just come into has multiple different transportation modes in terms of flying, and also
like
loads
farming
of
drones?
agricultural operational drones. So I'm going to start off by showing you that first. This one, I believe, is for fertilizing fields.
Yeah, so this
Look
is
at this.
actually, if anyone watches like Jeremy Kyle on the Amazon show.
No.
Jeremy Clarkson.
You can tell Aisling was never a Top Gear fan. Like Jeremy Clarkson, Jeremy Kyle, would you flippin' be well?
No, stop. So the Jeremy Clarkson show that is on Amazon, he has trialed this out before, and it's kind of like taking agriculture and farming to a whole other level, taking out that manual handling element of it and hand over responsibility to drones to be able to do all of that type of work.
So as far as we know, basically you put your fertilizer into this top part, and then you're able to program the drones to fly, and it's able to like basically spread the fertilizer out through the bottom here over the top of your fields, just like what we can see here in the images. And we do know that this is actually starting to like kind of flood out throughout China, and people are using these quite regularly now. I don't know if they're being used in many other countries around the world, apart from Clarkson's farm, maybe over in the UK. But here in China, I know this is going to be changing the game in terms of how people are farming in the agriculture world. It is just crazy to see the development of that. So let's go see some of the other drone and flying things going on here. Look at this one. Whoa, I don't even know what this is, but it's some sort of mad looking gun. I wonder, this might be for taking control of drones, I'm thinking. I know that's actually a thing that exists here in China and in certain other countries. So when you're flying a drone in a non-permitted area or a non-authorized area, have you ever heard of where...
These are what shoot it down?
Yes. So I believe this gun actually is able to overwrite the control of a drone, and then like police, government, and security officers are able to take control of drones that are flying in unauthorized zones and basically capture them, but instead of like just shooting them down out of the sky, they're able to take control and safely like land them in their own zone, confiscate the drone. I have never seen one of these before, but surely that's what it has to be, because like it makes no sense for it to be anything else other than that in this particular area. This is all flying modes of transport, drones and different kind of air devices.
There's surely
so it has
an
to be
association.
That's a badass piece of equipment right there.
What is this one for? Is this like, oh my god, so water? Does it disperse water? So here you can see it's putting out a fire.
Ah, wow.
Hello, our company specializes in high altitude cleaning drones, and this product is our latest offering, equipped with an independently developed flight control system and ensures both safety and efficiency for high altitude operations. So it's mainly for cleaning, but then it also
Wow.
there's an image here of it putting out a fire.
Yeah, dispersing water.
This one's like cleaning the sides of the windows of the building. Here we've got like all the solar panels. Maybe it's cleaning the
Cleaning solar panels, yeah.
And we've got like a big oil rig set up here. That's insane. I have to give his phone back. Hold on.
Yeah. Wow, that is crazy. When you think of it, like here in China specifically, there's so many high-rise buildings everywhere. And to like send window cleaners up all the time to like clean them, to clean the roofs of these buildings and all these like really high locations, like it is a very costly and dangerous like job. This would change how that's actually done. So again, you must fill your water here somewhere. Maybe like you pipe a hose till it's somewhere along it, and then obviously it flies and squirts out the water and kind of does the cleaning from there.
Propellers, but then you also maybe have somewhere where like the actual brush comes out for like
Wow.
cleaning purposes.
I do know that like drones are now being used in certain fire departments throughout the world as well, to put out like big fires, and like this could really like, you know, change the game in terms of how people fight fires around the world. Like this is going to be incredible. You can probably see as well behind me we have another flying mode of transport. Let's go check it out. This one is a bit more of like a helicopter style. So we have this small kind of pod cabin, if you want to call it that, and we have 8 large propellers going the whole way around this one. This one's definitely more helicopter vibes as opposed to the other one.
Yeah, the other one's definitely more car. This is helicopter. I'm gonna say this one's a little bit older as well. On the inside, we've actually got like a computer monitor style screen, whereas the last one had like more of a dash style to it. Let's go around to the side to see inside.
And again, you have these big like Lamborghini style doors that are just opening up. Lovely kind of, you know, what would you say they are? They're not suede, they're nearly like a leather seat.
Yeah, that's a leather.
Like a leather seat? Yeah, like a full bucket seat. It is beautiful.
The flying car had like proper harnessed in seatbelts, whereas this one is just like a normal across the body seatbelt.
We've also just seen there that this one is actually quite a bit more expensive compared to the first flying mode of transport we showed you. This one we believe is, I think it's 2.6 million RMB, so it's like nearly double the price. Again, it's fully electric. I would love to see some of these in action and actually flying, and I hope that someday I can become a passenger and try one of these out.